Oh boy, I knew this was going to cause all kinds of controversy. Now, I created a short making fun of this shirt right here. And you see all these WNBA players. I don't even know who these two bitches are. I ain't even worry about them. But you see Caitlin Clark and you see Angel Reese both wearing these shirts that say, "Pay us what you owe us." Now, the WNBA has yet to make money. It is alleged. Let me go over here to this Red State article that I was reading earlier. It's from Banji. Now you see right here, this paragraph. In 2024, the WNBA lost $40 million despite experiencing its highest popularity ever due to Clark. In 2025, it's projected to lose an additional $10 million for a total of $50 million. Now, the WNBA has been around for nearly 30 years. And during that entire time, it has been subsidized by the much more profitable NBA. The NBA, I think, still brings in billions of dollars for the league. And a portion of that money is siphoned off to subsidize the WNBA. Now, there's a cultural joke off in there, but I won't make it. But you guys get, you know, you get what I'll just go ahead and just say it. Because the NBA is majority black and the WNBA is majority black. So it's no different than a black father sitting there having to pay all kinds of child support for all the damn kids that he got with a single baby mama. There you go. Exact same thing. So this league has not been making money or anything like that. Now, I was trying to find the original version of this X post here from this Jason Howerton, and he makes a really good point right here. Imagine being an employee at a company that has never turned a profit and showing up to work in these shirts. Now, do you think a company that is struggling to make money would sit there and appreciate its employees walking in and say, "Hey, pay us what you owe us"? Hey, fools, I ain't got no money to pay you. You guys are trying to draw blood from a turnip. There's nothing here. I'm paying you exactly what I can afford to give you right now at this point in time. Now, if the WNBA were smart, they would make this woman the face of their league. But they won't do so because it'll piss off women that look like these two right here. The WNBA is black. You can't sit there and build off the backs of us black women. Don't you know we're the most educated, disrespected species in the country? No, you should make Caitlin Clark the face of your league, because Caitlin Clark, for the first time ever, people are talking about the WNBA. That's the beginning steps of making your league profitable. However, even with her in the league right now, as I mentioned before, they are still losing money. So all these women, they have no shame. They have no shame whatsoever to sit here and walk into their employer and say, "Pay us what you owe us," thinking that will get the crowd behind them. I don't know how that crowd at the All-Star game, by the way, did you guys know there was an All-Star game this past weekend for the WNBA? I didn't know there was an All-Star game going on. So you wear these, and no one is talking about the All-Star game itself. They're talking about this right here. The controversy around the saying is more important than the actual product you are trying to sell to the public. So let that sink in. I told somebody else about Superman. This is an aside about the current Superman, James Gunn Superman, whether it's woke or not. And I made a simple comment that, hey, the fact that you guys are talking more about whether or not this movie is woke than what is actually the contents of the movie itself goes to show that you guys really don't care about that movie. You care more about the controversy around the movie, which, by the way, Superman isn't woke. That was my entire point to them. I was like, hey, it's not woke. Why are you guys talking about this? Let's talk about the content of the movie. Nope. They got the James Gunn nuts instead got mad at me because I dare make a counterpoint to what they're talking about their movie, about how their movie is not really all that popular, despite glowing reviews from the movie going audience, and it's making a little bit of money there. But that's a aside here. Let's get back to this about these women. So I think Jason Howerton's point is completely valid. Completely valid. He further continues. Let me blow this up a little bit. Amazing opportunity for the WNBA commissioner to be like, okay, deal. You lost us $40 million last year. Each of you owe us $231,000. And then he comes back again because some people are really arguing with him. And I'll go right down to one of the comments right here, like from this Samir. Tell that to the $100 million a year AI employees at money-losing startups and the management teams at loss-making public companies. The bottom line isn't an employee's responsibility. Without the players, the WNBA would have infinitely higher losses. This isn't a real argument, is it? Like, wait a minute, you got that shit backwards. In fact, you got it all kinds of wrong. If there was no NBA to support the WNBA would have collapsed in a year. The players that were there at the time were not bringing people and putting people into the seats. That's Jason Howerton's entire point. They're not bringing in the customers. They barely are starting to bring in the customers because of Caitlin Clark. They refuse to market Caitlin Clark as the face of the WNBA because she's not a black woman. I mean, the artwork for the NBA 2K26 box is Angel Reese. It's so hard to find this. I don't know why it's so hard to find it and everything. Maybe they're trying to speak something there. They put Angel Reese on the box art. That should be Caitlin Clark right there. You should be marketing Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is the one that's actually bringing in the fans to watch this stuff, not Angel Reese. Jason Howerton responds back to this, Samir, I think it's amazing how many people are trying to compare the WNBA to a startup that has been unprofitable for 28 years. Exactly. Let me tell you something. If a startup at 28 years, you're not a startup anymore. You're a grown-ass woman. A startup, if it was losing money within the first couple of years, it'd have blown up by now. But not the WNBA. It keeps on going and going and going because they keep looking over to the NBA, their baby daddy, and saying, hey, we need some money over here. And they won't let the NBA is too afraid to just completely shut down operations because you're going to be putting out a whole bunch of women out of work. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. There are a million huge companies, Samir's retorts back, there are a million huge companies that are public that take losses every single year. No, there aren't. There are not a million huge companies that take losses every year. Your comparison isn't intellectually honest, and you know it. No, Samir, yours isn't intellectually honest. It's literally why the term EBITD, I hate it when people use acronyms without giving the full, before they give the actual term. So earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization is what that stands for. But the thing is, the WNBA is not even making money for that. They're not even making money for that term to even apply. They don't have any earnings. He tries to come back again. Numerous public companies currently have negative net income. That doesn't mean that they're not bringing in revenue or money. You can have negative net income, but still be profitable. It's like, dude, you don't understand. This guy does not understand what he's putting on the paper. It's like, dude, Do you not understand what they're saying here? This is 30 years after the fact. You're saying 50% of the Russell 2000 how many of those companies are 30 years old and still not making money? It's unbelievable. The extent to which people will go in there and defend the WNBA and defend the fact that they're saying something like this. And then, of course, notice that this guy actually got so far away from employees and now is talking about the value of a company. But I digress on that point and everything. These people it's just fascinating. And then right here, payroll manager, if a company is not profitable, a company still has to pay the employees. Yes, they still have to pay the employees, but they are saying pay us what you owe us. What exactly is it that they're owed? Does anybody here think that this woman's performance in the league is on par with these other three women? If we go exactly by what this shirt said, this woman should be the only multimillionaire of all these four. But of course, they won't go along with that because, hey, diversity, equity, inclusion. But those are my thoughts. You guys jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Oh, by the way, look at this. Getting excited for a layup that she misses. If any of the men got into the dunk contest and did just a layup, we would all laugh at him. Just so you're aware, women. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. This is Chris Boat signing off. Take it easy.